It's race day here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, a track that's certainly seen a fair share of electrifying races over the past few years, and there are no doubts that today's race will be just as brilliant. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and the popular opinion in the paddock is that we never wanted the chicane in the first place. That's now been gone, the final corner is much faster, and at 2.9 miles and 14 turns, we await the Spanish Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Piastri, Charles Leclerc and Antonelli, Norris, Russell, Albon and Liam Lawson, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Blakely, Hadjar, Nico Hülkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto, Gasly, Doohan, Ocon and Ollie Behrman rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Now, Ant, you always tell me you know Barcelona almost as well as you know the back of your hand. Given the amount of testing that goes on here and the amount of laps that you and all the other drivers have done, what are the challenges that are left when it comes to the race?
I think it's a well-trodden path, is Barcelona, Crofty. I mean, most drivers will know it up and down the grid. They would have raced here in their junior categories. And you come to Barcelona and there's nowhere to hide. So naturally, that makes all the lap times quite close because it's a circuit you know so well. But there's a key to this track, and it's looking after your left-hand side tyres. There are so many right-hand, it's a clockwise circuit, so lots of fast right-hand corners, puts a lot of energy on the left-hand side tyres. So looking after those through the race, getting your strategy right is vital for this circuit.
Okay, DRS is now available. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Tyre condition still looking good. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One. Welcome along, everyone, to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Canada's a country with a proud F1 heritage and a top-class circuit too. It's time for the Canadian Grand Prix. If you want flat-out racing, you've come to the right place this weekend, as it's full throttle for 59% of this 2.7-mile circuit, peaking at around 210 miles per hour going into the final chicane. But that speed requires discipline, and there are more than a few close walls here just waiting to punish drivers with a heavy right foot. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, George Russell and Tsunoda, Norris, Hamilton, Fernando Alonso and Isaac Hadjar, Sainz, Blakely, Alex Albon and Lawson, Stroll, Ollie Behrman and Pierre Gasly, Doohan, Ocon, Hulkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. What a track this is, and what a challenge for the drivers this weekend. Long straights, heavy braking zones, and a very green surface to start with.
All about the braking, all about firing your car over the curbs, the way you have to dance the car over the curbs, particularly in turn 3 and turn 4, close to the barriers on the right-hand side. Wall of champions as well, waiting for you right at the end of the lap.
Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Okay, good work. Great pass. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. You might experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. Okay mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
That's it for another magnificent Canadian Grand Prix, and they've hung on to take a sublime victory here today.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.